Hello everybody, welcome to another flashback video. Today we're going to be looking at the Game Boy Advance and looking at 10 games that made the system awesome. So without further ado, let's get this party started.
Number 1 on the list!
Konami Collector Series Arcade Advance, released March 22nd of 2002, has 10 fantastic games, and Frogger, which is one of my favorites. I used to love playing this as a kid, sitting in front of the TV trying to get across the freeway to get to my lily pad. Scramble I played in the arcades, and it is a really good game. You're invading an enemy base and you must destroy the fuel tanks to keep your fuel up. So it's a challenge because not only do you have to destroy the enemies but get your fuel. Now Time Pilot, you go through waves and waves of enemies, destroy an end boss, and then once you destroy the end boss you go to the next time period. So pretty awesome game. Gyrus, Poor Man's Tempest. I do not like this game at all, really. So this is the only one I don't like on the collection, maybe because I didn't play it in arcade. It's not my thing. Yari Kung Fu, a first fighting game that I ever played, before even Street Fighter. This came out in 1985, and it's a fantastic fighting game where you fight different end bosses. And Russian Attack, also known as Green Beret in other regions, a run-and-gun game with some cool G.I. Joe elements. So if you like this game, you're really going to love the next game on the list. So let's check it out.
Number 2 on the list is...
Contra Advance Alien Wars, released in 2002 by Konami. It's also known as Hard Spirits in Japan. Now this is the follow-up to the Game Boy version of Contra the Alien Wars. Now there were several changes made from the Super Nintendo game, so that now you're only able to carry one weapon. Players can lock on to characters' aim like in Contra Shattered Soldier. Now top stages 2 and 5 from the original Super Nintendo game were replaced with 2 stages from Contra Hard Corps. So that was Military Train and Big Battle. Now there's 2 difficulties there instead of 1. There's Novice and Normal, and which shortens stage 4. The continue game option was added, which utilizes a password feature. Now if you like this game, then you're really going to like the next one on the list at number 3.
I'll get off on number 3, please.
Sonic Advance was released in 2001. It's a platform game developed by the Sonic team and Dimps and published by Sega for the Game Boy Advance. Now, it was one of the first Sonic the Hedgehog games to be released on a Nintendo console, followed by the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which was on the GameCube. Now, the story follows Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy as they journey to stop Dr. Eggman from taking over the world. So they have to stop him by completing each level, defeating Eggman and his robot army, and collecting 7 Chaos Emeralds. Now the game is fantastic. It's full of action. It's great music, great animation. It's got positive reviews when it came out. It's faithful to the Genesis games, and it's really awesome, and it's definitely a must-play in my opinion. So definitely check it out if you like Sonic the Hedgehog games. Now I'm guilty of playing these more like Mario games, but where I'm collecting more than running. But if you like this game, you're really going to like the next one on the list because it is even more awesome.
Number 4 on the list is...
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is a 2001 extreme sports skateboarding game. It was developed by Vicarious Visions and published by Activision for the Game Boy Advance. Now, while the console version of the game has behind-the-back camera perspective, this version instead uses isometric perspective, featuring modified levels taken from the console version. The player is tasked with getting high scores, and they can limit the span of time by doing skateboarding tricks, and can play on multiple levels and different game modes. So the game is really awesome. They pulled it off with this perspective, this isometric perspective, to bring it over to the Game Boy Advance, and it really looks awesome on the Game Boy Advance, so it's definitely worth checking out. And they even pulled off the music a little bit. There's no words or anything, but they pulled off some good music. So anyways, if you like this game, then you're really going to love the next one on the list.
We'll be right back.
The legend lives on. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. All new for the Game Boy Advance.
Now do me a favor, if you like this video and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, then please do. And also hit that notification bell to stay tuned when I post new videos.
Now back to the show.
Number 5's game on the list is...
FZero Climax was released October 21st of 2004 only in Japan. Now this is an excellent racing game, and it was one of the last ones for the F-Zero series for 19 years until F-Zero 99 came out on Nintendo Switch. So this is really one of the last F-Zero games. Now players race in numerous vehicles on courses while navigating past obstacles. While the game is a 2D racer, its Mode 7 style graphics effect allows the tracks to be scaled and rotated around the vehicles to simulated 3D environments. Now if you really love F-Zero, you're definitely going to love this game because it is excellent and it is fluid, it's fast, it's fun, has some voices, and it's excellent. So I would definitely highly recommend you import this or try to get it and play it. The games keep getting better and better, so let's see what's at number 6 on the list.
Number 6 game on the list is...
Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance is a 2002 action role-playing game developed and published by Konami for the Game Boy Advance. Now this is the second installment for the Game Boy Advance, the first game being Circle of the Moon. Harmony of Dissonance uses a 2D side-scrolling style of gameplay similar to the previous Castlevania games. The object is to lead the main character, Justin Belmont, through the monster-filled castle as he searches for his kidnapped friend. Now there is a Castle A and Castle B. Structurally the castles are the same, but the monster types, items, and aspects vary between the two versions. Now once you beat the game, there is a boss rush mode, so that is really awesome. So I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now if you like this game on the list, you're really going to love the next one.
Lucky number 7 game on the list is...
Drill Dozer is a platform video game developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy Advance. Now it was released in 2006 in North America, and it didn't come to Europe till 2016 on the Wii U's Virtual Console. Now it is one of the only 2 games on the Game Boy Advance to include force feedback. The only other game that had force feedback was the WarioWare Twisted. So both games were excellent in this series, and I'll have to cover that one in the future. But this one is full of charm, great game, and you get to use the drill in many different ways to achieve your goals, and they really did a good job of being creative and making the gameplay fun. Character animations, the storyline, everything about this game is a lot of fun. It's a hidden gem on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, so definitely worth checking out if you haven't played it. Players play as Jill, who is part of the Red Dozer's gang who had their red diamond stolen. So she must recover it from the Skulkers. So awesome game. If you love this, you're really going to love the next one.
Number 8's game is so hot it's on fire.
Super Mario Advance 4 Super Mario Bros. 3 is a platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy Advance. Now, this is an excellent game of the remake of the Super Nintendo Super Mario All-Stars. Players control either Mario or Luigi as they travel through 8 kingdoms of the Mushroom World to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser. Now, this game is excellent. It is fun. I'm still debating if this is better than the Super Nintendo version of the All-Stars or not. I'm going to have to play them and compare them, see the differences, but I really love these games. They also had e-reader support, which was a card-based system. It gave you some extra levels and such, and it was really interesting game. So definitely worth playing and checking out if you love any of the Mario games. And I really love Mario 3, and there's always debate which is better, Mario 3 or World. Now, if you like this, you're really going to love the next one.
Here is an awesome game at number 9, Feeling Fine.
Metroid Zero Mission is an action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy Advance. It was released in 2004. Now this is a remake of the original Metroid game released in 1986 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Like many other Metroid games. The player controls the bounty hunter named Samus Aran. Samus must travel the planet Zebes after learning that the space pirates are experimenting with Metroids, hostile parasite creatures, and they plan to use them to take over the universe. So she's out there exploring this planet. Now this game is excellent, and this is my favorite Metroid game on the Game Boy Advance, the other being Fusion, and they did an excellent job, and this is definitely better than the original. Now it's hard to believe, as good as this game is, it's not at the number 10 because there is one game on the list that's even slightly better, so let's check it out.
Perfect 10, it's the best of the best. No contest, no stress, just pure success. For the system, it reigns above the rest. A must-have.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past 4 Swords was released in 2002. It's an action-adventure game developed by Nintendo R&D 2. Now this is an excellent game and a must-play, and definitely a test of time. It's still one of the best 2D Zelda games in my opinion, if not the best, followed by A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS. So definitely must play if you never played it. The 4 Swords game is kind of useless unless you have 3 friends who have all Game Boy Advances and link cables to play it, because there was no single player mode. The good news though is in 2011 on the 3DS Virtual Console, there was a release of this game again, the 4 Swords part, and it does have a single player mode and new content with new levels and such, so definitely play it there. That is it for our look at the 10 best games on the Game Boy Advance. So anyways, that is it for a look at the Game Boy Advance and 10 games that made it great. Let me know in the comments below which games you liked, which games you played, and which games you did know about, maybe some new hidden gems that you want to go out and explore. So anyways, that is it for this episode. Now if you like this video, then you'll probably like this one up there, or up there. Have a good one. Take care, buddy.